They speak Arabic. They live in the mountains of Lebanon, Syria, and Israel. But they follow a religion so secretive that even most Druze themselves don't know its deepest truths. They've survived through empires and invasions, civil wars and foreign rule, all while keeping their identity intact. Who are they? A sect? A people? A mystery? Let's unravel the story of one of the most secretive and resilient communities in the Middle East, the Druze. Welcome to Sands of History, where we uncover the forgotten, the misunderstood, and the mystifying stories of our past. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more hidden histories. And if you'd like to support our research and production, please check the links in the description below. Born in Cairo, raised in the mountains. The origins of the Druze lie in the Islamic world's most intellectually experimental era, the Fatimid Caliphate of 10th century Egypt. This was a time when Islamic theology, Greek philosophy, Neoplatonism, and mystical ideas all swirled together in Cairo's academic and spiritual circles. Amidst this, the Caliph Al-Hakim bi-Amr Allah emerged, a ruler whose behavior oscillated between brilliance and brutality. Some worshipped him as a divine manifestation. Others feared his eccentricity. For a handful of radical thinkers, he was more than a man. He was God in human form. In 1010-17 CE, a man named Hamza ibn Ali began to proclaim a new doctrine, that Al-Hakim was divine and that a new religious age had begun. This was the seed of the Druze faith. But Al-Hakim disappeared in 1021, mysteriously vanishing while out riding. His death, or disappearance, was a turning point. The nascent Druze movement was declared heretical by mainstream Muslims. Its followers went underground, fleeing to the mountains of the Levant, modern-day Lebanon, Syria, and Israel, where they continued to develop their unique identity. A faith of secrets. Unlike almost every other religious community, the Druze do not seek to grow in number. You cannot convert to become a Druze. You must be born one. Their religion is closed, esoteric, and selective. Their core texts, the epistles of wisdom, Rasail al-Hikmah, are not publicly available. Even among Druze, access to these texts is limited to the initiated elite, known as the Uqal, the wise. The rest of the community, the Juhal, follow the moral principles of the faith, but do not study its deeper spiritual teachings. This division is not meant to exclude, but to protect the spiritual knowledge and ensure it is preserved only by those prepared to understand it. The secrecy of the faith helped protect it through centuries of persecution. Their theology blends Islamic mysticism, Hellenistic philosophy, Gnosticism, and Eastern metaphysics. The Druze believe in the oneness of God, Tawhid, but also in the transmigration of souls, a form of reincarnation where souls move instantly from one body to another upon death. Heaven and hell are not distant realms. They are moral states shaped by a soul's actions over many lifetimes. Ethical code, not ritual law. The Druze do not practice Islam's 5 pillars. They do not fast in Ramadan. They do not pray 5 times a day. Instead, their faith is lived through ethical action, not ritual performance. They avoid tobacco, alcohol, and drugs. They emphasize truthfulness, loyalty, chastity, and honor. They value education highly and have produced generations of intellectuals, military leaders, and politicians. Their places of worship, called khalwat, are simple structures, not grand mosques. Community gatherings are often modest and focused on learning and solidarity. Perhaps most significantly, they reject all images and symbols. No icons, no paintings of saints, no visual depictions of divinity. The focus is always inward, on purification of the soul and the path toward unity with the divine. Power and persecution. While always a minority, the Druze have often punched above their weight politically. In Mount Lebanon, they became powerful feudal lords. In the 17th century, the Druze prince, Fakhr al-Din VI, ruled over a semi-autonomous state under Ottoman suzerainty. He modernized the region, encouraged trade with Europe, and laid the foundations for the Lebanese national identity. But power brought enemies. The Druze often clashed with Maronite Christians, Ottoman authorities, and later European missionaries. The 1860 Mount Lebanon Civil War, a brutal conflict between Druze and Christians, left lasting scars. In Syria, they were concentrated in Jabal al-Druze, the mountain of the Druze, where they maintained autonomy for centuries. During the French Mandate, the Druze hero Sultan al-Atrash led a nationwide revolt, one of the most important anti-colonial uprisings in the Arab world. In Israel, the Druze made a historic decision. They aligned with the Jewish state. They serve in the Israeli army, hold government positions, and have become a bridge between Arab and Jewish communities. Yet their loyalty has sometimes created tensions with Palestinians and other Arab groups. This adaptability, loyal to the state, faithful to their religion, yet closed to all conversion or interference, has allowed the Druze to endure. Culture and family life. Druze culture revolves around family, community, and dignity. Marriage outside the faith is not allowed, and those who do so are considered to have left the community entirely. This rule helps preserve the group's size and cohesion. The Druze place a strong emphasis on education, with literacy rates among the highest in their regions. Many Druze have gone on to become scientists, generals, journalists, and doctors. Notable Druze figures include Walid Jumblat, longtime leader of Lebanon's Druze Progressive Socialist Party; Ayub Kara, an Israeli Druze politician who served as communications minister; Majali Wahhabi, the first non-Jewish acting president of Israel. Despite their modernity, Druze communities maintain tight-knit village life, especially in places like Hasbaya, Chof, and Majal Shams. Traditional music, dance, and folklore remain part of their cultural fabric, even as young Druze increasingly travel abroad for education and work. Modern challenges and the future. Like many ancient communities, the Druze face new pressures. In Syria, the civil war has devastated many Druze areas. While most Druze sought neutrality, some were drawn into fighting. The rise of extremist groups like ISIS posed a direct threat to their survival, especially in regions like Sweda. In Lebanon, economic collapse and political paralysis have deeply affected the Druze, whose leaders now call for reform while trying to maintain community stability. In Israel, the 2018 nation-state law, which declared Israel the homeland of the Jewish people, sparked discontent among Druze who serve in the army and see themselves as full citizens. In the diaspora, Druze identity faces dilution. Younger generations, especially in Latin America and North America, struggle to maintain the strict marriage and community rules that preserve the faith, and yet they endure, quietly, patiently, as they have for 1,000 years. So, who are the Druze? They are not missionaries. They are not an empire. They are not a sect in search of followers. They are a community built on honor, secrecy, loyalty, and learning. A people without borders, a faith without converts, a civilization that has chosen resilience over expansion. They stand at the crossroads of history and mystery, survivors of time, untouched by mass conversion or assimilation. In a world obsessed with visibility, the Druze remain content in their obscurity. Thank you for watching this episode of Sands of History. If you found this journey into the secretive world of the Druze fascinating, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps us reach more curious minds like yours. And if you'd like to help us continue producing thoughtful, independent historical content, please consider supporting us financially via the links in the description below. Until next time, stay curious, stay critical, and stay connected to the sands of time.